Hello and welcome back to the Common Colt Podcast, a Colts podcast with real takes and no clickbait. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler. What's up, Dan?
Not too much. Hey, we got a scenario here we want to throw out that maybe seems a little bit out there, but when you really break this down, I think there's a move that the Colts can make here that could really set them up, not only for this year, but for the next few seasons. Josh, it seems like there's a report out there that Chase Young, defensive end out of the Commanders, there is available for trade, or at least they're willing to listen to offers. What's kind of your one-word reaction, as we like to do here on Common Colt? One-word reaction. What's your one-word reaction on this idea?
And guys, let us know what your one word is. Comment that right now. But my one word is go. Let's freaking go for it, man. I look at Chase Young, and I know he's been nicked up, and he hasn't maybe lived up to some of the hype that surrounded him going into his rookie year, and then maybe some of the hype that he built up his rookie year, because he was a good rookie. He won Rookie of the Year in 2020, and then he from there, his career kind of has taken a downturn. Obviously, the Commanders didn't pick up his fifth-year contract option, so maybe that shows they're not as committed to his future. So the truth is, it's not like he's going to cost a first-round draft pick, and the Colts have quitty pay, but on the other edge, who do we got?
Yeah.
Deo?
Yeah, that's the big part right there. And that's kind of my one word is early. I'm going to say this is early, because when you look at the Colts as a team structure right now, we identified, quarterback, cornerback, wide receiver. Those were really big, huge gaps, big holes in this team. And you can't fix a team over one whole season. But when you look at this overall package of what the Colts are trying to do, where they're trying to go, one area that is a huge weakness of this team is pass rush.
Yeah.
And again, we probably were anticipating next offseason, whether that's through the draft or whether that's through free agency, they would now turn around and address this, because as you're mentioning, there just isn't another guy on the opposite side. I mean, there's some nice role players. We think the guy they got from the Niners, the Sampson, I can't even say his last name. You'll have to say it. He's going to be a decent role player, so it's something that you throw in there. But he's not that guy. He's not a guy that's going to help this team get that kind of pressure that they need. So this is a move, I say early, because they could potentially make this move now that will have a direct effect on their season this season that they were supposed to make next year, and they're going to get a jump start on it. So I think it's something that they should 100% be in on the discussions. But we don't know what the compensation is, and that's kind of the big question. Josh, would you be willing to do this? You said not a first, but how about a second? Would you willing to give up a second, a third? Where's your line here that says Colts need to be all in on this?
That's a really good question. Knowing that we have Deo, knowing that we have our rookie at a Tomway, we got some maybe guys we're high on or hopeful on, but nobody that's proven anything. And Chase, who also hasn't proven much, has shown the flashes of what he could be. I'm willing to trade a third round draft pick and a conditional pick to get him. Obviously, his contract situation is what it is, and he has some injury baggage to him. But the truth is, not every day do you have a potential superstar pass rusher and maybe a change of scenery, knowing that he could have DeForest Buckner right next to him. And I know the front seven in Washington wasn't bad either, but I think this guy has high potential, and for a third round pick, I think he could make a difference for the Colts. Now, do I think that it's going to happen? Do you think that it's going to happen? I don't. What do you think?
Yeah, well, here's some downside of it. Again, we think it's a huge opportunity for the Colts to get ahead of an area they need. But the downside of it right now is reports are he's looking really good in kind of these OTAs, and so the price tag might have been a lot cheaper pre-draft than it is right now. So it might cost a little bit more. The other downside is you're only getting him for a year, and then you got to sign him for a contract. So if he doesn't pan out, sure, you cut your losses, you move on, you lose that draft pick. If he does have a monster year, now you got to pay him a big contract, and that's gonna be a problem as well too. So are the Colts going to do it? Knowing Ballard, probably not, but they should be thinking about this. This is the kind of moves I think that the NFL is moving towards. Not crazy fantasy draft and picking up everybody, but as you've seen with the Rams, they go after and give guys up, and they give up draft picks. Now, you can argue they've given up too many, and now they're an old team and they're struggling. Yeah. But there's a line right there where you can't just do this all through the draft. And so I think these kind of players are guys that you should go after. Danielle Hunter, the other guy out of the Minnesota Vikings, is another guy that I think might be on the block. We don't know what these teams are willing to give up. It's amazing to me when you see sometimes these teams, hey, would they give up a third this year and, like you said, a future third?
Yeah.
If that's what's going to cost, I'm going for it. I'm going to take my chances on a third and a future third on a guy that we saw that could be a Nick Bosa, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett type player that we saw his rookie year, and maybe off all these injuries, he could be that guy. And another thing that this could really do is we got some serious questions in the secondary.
Yeah.
What's best to help out your secondary than to get a pass rush? So to me, there's so much upside here. The Colts should at least be kicking the tires and finding out, hey, what do we do here? Can we go for after these guys? So let's see what's available here.
Yeah, we have not had, as Colts fans, two good ends, pass rushers, since Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis were Batman and Robin back in the day. And the truth is, the way the NFL has gone, you need those guys coming after the quarterback, keeping hey, we're going to play Patrick Mahomes. If we want to win a Super Bowl, we got to beat him. We got to beat Josh Allen. You got to get guys that are going to force those guys to throw from the pocket and get that ball out quick and not do the dancing around and holding on to the ball forever. Yeah. So it's moves like that and getting an athletic freak like Chase Young that can make a difference. Is it going to happen? I'm going to on a 1 to 10 scale. If we're doing a rating scale, I'm going to give it a 2, like how likely it's going to happen for the Colts. But hey, it's like you said. For the Colts and with the way the NFL has trended, we're on the conservative end of making moves, and I think we need to find ourselves more towards the middle of that. We don't need to go Rams territory, but somewhere more towards the middle. Yeah. And I think we might see that more in the future as Anthony Richardson develops and the team gets more Super Bowl ready.
And we acknowledge that. Again, we're not trying to do this all in 1 year, and this isn't something that we're going to say it's likely, but man, we should be thinking more like this. That's what I would love. I want the Colts names to start popping up in some of these discussions. When you see, hey, Chase Young's available. Hey, Danielle Hunter's available. These different stud players out there. I would love to see the Colts name say, hey, Colts could be a landing spot, but it doesn't seem to be that way. And I don't know if that's because of Ballard. I don't know if that's because we're just not viewed as that right now. But these are spots.
Every time there's a free agent that opens up, even a defensive player, a receiver, even if they don't have the cap room, what's said about the Chiefs? Hey, maybe they make a move. Maybe they're going to do something to make this work. We don't even need to be at that level. But like you said, we're not in a conversation. That's right. And that's not good. I don't think that's good. I don't think you want to be not in the conversation.
Well, and again, back to that point too. You look at the Chiefs, you look at the Bills, the Bengals. They got these stud quarterbacks. Now we hope we've got a stud, but it's going to be a few years till he gets there. What's the second best way to beat a stud, a quarterback, is to put him on his backside, to not give him time, not put pressure on him, and that's the name of the game right now. And we are really lacking, I think, in that category more than I think Colts fans want to acknowledge. And again, if it's not now, it 100% has got to be after this season. We've got to get some more pressure.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Obviously, Buckner is a freak inside, but I mean, Grover Stewart, more of a run stuffer. Kwity Paye has a big year really for him coming up. Hopefully a breakout year. We'll see. So guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this situation. Maybe the Colts pass rush as a whole. Again, if you guys are interested in Colts content, just subscribing to our channel and being in our comments means so much to us. So, hey guys, thanks again for watching the Common Colt Podcast. And until next time, have a great day.